If you're just getting started with your fat loss goals, you might be struggling just a bit knowing exactly what you're supposed to do. If that's the case, then I'm glad you found this video. I'm gonna give you 4 great fat loss tips without any of the dragged out fluff or fad. Let's get started. Here are 4 of my favorite tips to help you lose fat. Number 1, nutrition. Clearly, a good diet is necessary for losing weight and fat, but we often underestimate exactly the extent of nutrition's impact versus the other side of the coin, exercise. Not to be cliche, but you cannot outwork a bad diet. For some perspective, a 300-calorie donut can be devoured within seconds. To burn that same 300 calories will take multiple miles of running or even an entire resistance training workout. Suffice to say, tackling nutrition should be first. Fundamentally, it means consuming fewer calories than you burn. A safe deficit for most would be roughly 300 to 500 calories. For example, if eating 2,500 calories daily maintains your current weight, then eating 2,000 to 2,200 calories would be fitting. How you achieve a deficit would be preferential. You'll also need ample amounts of protein to mitigate potential losses of muscle mass. Extra protein will make you feel full faster, plus burn more calories since it takes more energy to digest. A good place to start is 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight. A little less or more should be okay, so tinker around and see what works for you. Now, before you think that exercise is not important at all, here comes tip number 2. For best fat loss results, do your cardio and resistance training. Now, one benefit of exercise itself is the extra calories burned, which gives you more room in your diet. The question, however, is what type of exercise should you do? If we look at the studies, cardio alone promotes weight and fat loss, but you also risk losing lean mass. You might end up being skinny fat. Resistance training, on the other hand, does a fine job with retaining and even gaining lean muscle, but alone it's pretty bad at burning fat. So why not have the best of both worlds? Doing cardio plus resistance training have shown to not only retain muscle, but also accelerate fat loss even further than cardio alone. That means more muscle and less fat, arguably the aesthetic most people want. Make time for your morning spin class and your midday lifting session. Number 3, the simpler, the better. A lot of people, especially beginners, struggle with this the most, and I can't really blame them. Today's fitness media, quite honestly, kinda sucks. There's always bickering about virtually everything. Worse yet is the amount of unnecessarily dense information about the most trivial matters. Frankly, what you need most is some basic fundamentals. Get your workout in, as we've discussed, both cardio and resistance training. Get your nutrition down, preferably good whole food choices with a solid calorie deficit and sufficient protein. Manage your stress, as stress can hinder workout performance or lead to poor eating habits. And get your sleep. Recovery is numero uno in importance, and no better recovery tool there is than sleep. Stick to these and you'll get pretty darn far. There will be a time where more specific approaches can get you even further, many of which I've covered in other videos. Please check them out when the time comes. And number 4, consistency is your money maker. Common sense, yet hardly common practice. The 3 tips I've given so far were set up to ultimately lead into this final tip. Consistently good nutrition, tip 1. Consistently exercising, tip 2. And by keeping it simple, tip 3, it's much easier to stay consistent. Consistency is needed if you want to undo all the poor habits and excess fat gain you accumulated in years past. Sorry, contrary to your grocery aisle fitness magazines, there are simply no secret magic shortcuts to fat loss or any fitness goal for that matter. Fitness is, at least should be, a lifelong commitment. It's not a race to see who achieves the thinnest waist first, although I have you all beat indefinitely. In essence, consistency and patience are what matter most. Be patient, my friend. You'll thank yourself in the long run. And that's a wrap. My 4 personal best tips if you want to lose fat. If you need some more personal help, come check out our PictureFit community Discord, which is absolutely free and super simple to set up. Just follow the link in the description. And I'm sure some of you have your own opinions on the matter of fat loss, so please feel free to share your delightful opinions in the comments below. If you found this video helpful to your goals, then please give it a fatty thumbs up and share it with your tips-loving friends. As always, thank you for watching and get your protein.